ongoing Islamic State Khorasan Province Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan Mullah Dadullah Front. Fidai Mahaz High Council of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan Taliban Forces Islamic State Khorasan Province Forces. The ISIL-Taliban conflict is an ongoing armed conflict between the Taliban and the Islamic State's Khorasan branch. The conflict escalated when militants affiliated with ISIL-K killed Abdul Ghani, a senior Taliban commander in Logar province on the 2nd of February 2015. Since then, Taliban and ISIL-K have engaged in bloody clashes against each other over the control of territory, mostly in eastern Afghanistan but also by cells in the northwest and southwest. The Haqqani network supports the Taliban, while IS is supported by High Council of Afghanistan Emirate, Mullah Dadullah Front and Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan. During the Taliban insurgency, in January 2015, the ISIL established itself in Khorasan and formed their branch ISIL-K. The main objective of ISIL-K was to occupy the land of Khorasan. That includes the country of Afghanistan. On the 2nd of February, militants affiliated with ISIL-K killed Abdul Ghani, a Taliban commander, in Logar province. On the 26th of May, Arsif Nang, governor of Farah province, said the Taliban have been fighting against ISIL militants for the past 3 days in Farah province. The clash left 10 Taliban and 15 ISIL militants dead. In May, ISIL-K militants captured Maulvi Abbas, a Taliban commander who was leading a small squad of insurgent fighters in Nangarhar province. In June, ISIL-K militants beheaded 10 Taliban fighters who were fleeing an Afghan military offensive, according to a spokesman of Afghan Army Corps responsible for the region. On the 9th of November, fighting had broken out between different Taliban factions in the Zabul province of Afghanistan. Fighters loyal to the new Taliban leader Akhtar Mansour began to fight a pro-ISIL faction, led by Mullah Mansoor Dadullah. According to Afghan security and local officials, Akhtar Mansour had sent as many as 450 Taliban fighters to crush Mullah Mansoor and Islamic State elements in Zabul. Dadullah's faction received support from IS during the clashes, and IS fighters also joined in on the fighting alongside Dadullah, including foreign fighters from Chechnya and Uzbekistan. Dadullah and IS were eventually defeated by Mansour's forces. Hajji Momin Nasratyar, the district governor of Erghandhab, said the fighting took place in 3 districts of Zabul province and 86 IS militants and 26 Taliban fighters were killed in the clash. Taliban also reported to have killed several IS militants who were responsible for beheading of 7 Hazara civilians a few days back. Hajji Ata Jan, the Zabul provincial council chief, said the offensive by Mullah Mansour's fighters was so intense that at least 3 Islamic State commanders, all of them ethnic Uzbeks, had surrendered. They were also asking others IS militants to do the same. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, while quoting sources from southern Afghanistan, reported that some 70 IS militants were also captured in the clash by the Taliban. On the 13th of November, Ghulam Jilani Farahi, an Afghan police chief, said that Mullah Mansoor Dadullah was killed in a clash with Taliban. In January, hundreds of Taliban fighters launched an assault against ISIL bases in eastern Afghanistan. Taliban fighters were successful in capturing 2 districts from ISIL in eastern Afghanistan, but it failed to drive the group out of their stronghold in the Nazian district in Nangarhar province. Atul Lakhogyani, a spokesman for the provincial governor, said that 26 ISIL militants and 5 Taliban fighters were killed in the clashes in Nangarhar. On the 2nd of February, US carried out airstrikes targeting ISIL radio station in eastern Afghanistan. The strike destroyed the radio station and killed 29 ISIL militants. In March, Taliban factions led by Muhammad Rasool and opposed to Mansoor began to fight against his loyalists in the group. During the fighting, dozens were reported killed. On the 26th of April, Hazrat Hussain Mashriqwal, a provincial police spokesman, said that 10 ISIL militants, including an ISIL commander, and 6 Taliban fighters were killed in a clash in Nangarhar 15 ISIL militants and 4 Taliban fighters were also wounded during the same clash, according to the spokesman. On the 19th of May, local government officials reported that a clash took place between ISIL and Taliban in Achin and Khogyani district of Nangarhar province. 15 ISIL militants and 3 Taliban fighters were killed in Achin district, and the remaining were killed in Khogyani. 4 Taliban commanders were also among the dead. On the 13th of August, U.S. defense officials said that ISIL's top leader, Hafiz Saeed Khan, was killed in a drone strike on the 26th of July in Nangarhar province. On the 30th of October, Ajmal Zahid, a governor of Golistan district, said that ISIL's commander, Abdul Razak Mehdi, was killed by Taliban fighters in Farah province. On the 26th of April, a fight occurred after ISIL captured 3 drug